Testing 1 2 1 2.
Your mornings are about to get a whole lot messier.
Stop calling me that, you heifer. Can we say that on air?
You guys are wild.
Wake your ass up.
With Vont, CHAP, and Justice. This is Morning Commute.
Wake me up.
The Messiest Morning Show podcast. And we're kind of in a rush today, so let's get this shit on the road. Vont Leak, Justice Greg, Justin Chapman. We are Morning Commute, episode 23, back and better than ever, and black.
Yes, sir. What's good, y'all?
I'm chilling, bro. The weather is nice. First day of spring was this week, and we feeling it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been a little nice. Today's a little colder than it has been these last couple days, but it's cool. You feel me? I'm chilling. I'm blessed, black, Boricua, and highly favored. You feel me, chap?
I
Fucking thief.
You feel me? What are you talking about? You never heard. I was off the dome, man. You never heard that before.
You are such a fucking thief. Go listen to literally anything I've ever done or said in life, and I've said that. I honestly, I think I talked to Justice about this at one point. Going to get a hoodie with that.
And you know what's fire? It all applies to me also. So like I could just straight steal that if I wanted to.
I don't know. It sounds unique.
I'm gonna go trademark.
You should trademark it before I do.
Yeah.
How are you, Kings?
Chilling, man. How you been?
Man, living blessed, black, Boricua, and highly favored. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
I want to talk about real quick. I sent Justice a picture of something that I texted Justin. I said, I love my job. Do you want to know why? And he said, sure. And I sent Justice a picture. I'm going to send it in our group chat. And Justice, please put it on the screen whenever you go edit this. We got mailed something that no other job, you can't name a job, maybe I guess one other job where you get mailed certain things. Chap, I want you to at least try to guess, but I promise you won't guess. What we got in the mail at work?
I got honey packs.
You're not far off, honestly.
Oh, damn. I'm not far off. Hold up.
You're not far off. We
Yeah,
got
so y'all
mailed.
hooped us?
Somebody called into the show. And what'd you say?
Nah, wait. What is this?
Somebody called into our show and said that they do Amazon. They're an Amazon reviewer, so they always get mailed stuff. And one of the
Bruh.
things that they get mailed are sex toys.
Can't even put this on YouTube?
Yeah, sure.
They get because this with the screenshot I sent you was me live on YouTube during the show. They said they get
Yo.
mailed sex toys, but they have a shit ton of them that they're not using because they reviewed so many. Like they get duplicates. So she literally mailed us 2 big old duffel bags of them, and I was playing with them. There's a YouTube video somewhere. There's a YouTube video somewhere of me playing with these.
The question is, did y'all take them home?
No, not
Are you
yet.
lying? Okay.
Not yet.
I feel like, first of all, I think content-wise, Vont, you should get that clip and post it of you reacting to opening that shit up. I think that'd be funny. But all right, so let's be honest. Let's be transparent, y'all.
Yep.
Have y'all ever tried some shit like this, like some sort of like sex toy or something like that?
No. You know why though? Because you got to think about ordering that shit. If you order it and it comes to my house and my parents see that, that's not going to be a good conversation. If you go pick that shit up in the store, now the cashier is looking at you like, yeah, this nigga lonely as shit. Like he about to go go ham on this thing. So I've browsed in like the website because I'm like, I want to see what people like getting these days. But never thought to order it, honestly.
So what you're telling me, chap, is you've had like one in your cart, but then you had second thoughts.
No, I've never had it in the cart. I just looked on the website, the Adam and Eve website, whatever it is.
See, you know the sites. I've never tried anything like this, but I know friends who have.
I know a guy. Oh, okay.
Hey, bro.
Typical story. Likely story, Justice.
Look, I'm gonna put what you just said, bro. Vont definitely took these home for sure.
I did not take anything home.
For sure, 100%.
Explains like the pictures I sent because I forgot that it's not everybody watches this show.
So the
first ones, the ones with me in them.
Yeah, the first ones was that a fleshlight, and then it's like how do I even explain this
You
first
talk
one?
about this one with the mouth?
That's a fleshlight.
Yeah, so it's a fleshlight. One end of it is it's a mouth that you can literally open.
It's a pocket mouth.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, a pocket. Yes,
Type
pocket
shit.
P. And then the other side of it is like because you flip it on 2 sides, and the other side of it is literally that.
Oh, it's
I guess
double.
It's double side. It's a double-edged sword.
Wow.
And then the other thing I'm holding is it's like a giant, I guess, silicone Buddha, but it's not a Buddha because it has no head. It has big old boobs. And it
Buddha,
literally
wait.
has
Where did you get Buddha from this?
Because
like
it's like shaped like a Buddha statue, kind of, but like
That is a BBL white woman. Come on now.
it is. It is.
and she has her vagina is there. And it's, let me just say, the vagina is very detailed.
Really.
Very much so.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So that's how my week has been going, fellas.
Wait, so you never answered the question. Both of y'all didn't even answer the question.
I said I'd never.
Not like
Okay.
this. No.
Okay, but you've had something.
Yeah. I don't think
Okay.
that's odd.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it. Was it something as big or like
No.
some small
Literally
shit?
just like, I won't say with who, like I won't say what partner of mine. But once a partner and myself went into an adult toy store, or I think it was just an adult store period because they had more than toys. And we explored and ventured, and I think we bought a vibrator for her.
Okay.
And then I think I did buy I don't want to get like flagged. A ring is what we bought. But it didn't do what it needed to do for me.
No,
Transparently.
Okay.
that's not too crazy. That's not too crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like as like
Crazy.
these are crazy. These are like, then there were like ones that go in your butt, and it was nuts. And I was like, yo, the fact that I'm even reviewing these, like looking at these with my coworkers, I feel uncomfortable.
Nah, that first one with the full shape and everything, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
I
And
feel
the
like
detailed vagina.
it needs to be less taboo. I feel like these are regular objects that you have in your house. You got a fidget spinner. Hey man, you got a dildo. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hurting the world. Ain't hurting the environment. You do you.
Hey, I don't kink shame, so do what y'all gotta do.
As long as you don't got no people locked up. That's all I care about.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Chap, I'm looking at our show sheet, and it says something about you going off grid.
Not me going off grid, but it was a conversation. We'll save that for a later show because I actually I want a longer detail of what y'all think was gonna happen. Also,
You want a longer D, is what you said?
No, nigga. I want longer details about
Okay,
what
gotcha.
y'all would do. These sex toys just got to your head. And where are you, brother? We're in morning commute right now. Recording morning.
This is the Messiest Morning Show podcast.
Justice, I think he has that first object on his bed right now. He's looking
That's
at it.
what he's looking at right now. He thinks
Exactly.
Silicone Buddha.
he's pretending like he's looking at the show the show sheets. It's really just it's the fake vagina just looking at him. He's like, fuck, we gotta hurt. That's why he's in a rush.
Matter of fact, I think it'd be a great. First of all, don't do that. We're not in a rush because of me. We're in a rush because CHAP has plans.
Oh, you got one?
What?
Wait, what?
You got one too, Chap?
No, sir. No, sir. Not I.
Don't be ashamed. We are kink shaming. Don't be like, no.
I don't have it. I
But
ain't
also,
Hey, look, it might be fire. You never know. There gotta be a reason why niggas buy it. I'm just saying.
I think a great bit would be for me to mail some of these things to you guys' houses. That to mail these sex toys out in the open to my friends' houses with their parents would be a great bit.
You should do that.
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Well, out of the three of us, or out of the two of you guys, Justice's address is the only one I have. So
See, that's all that
I would
matters.
laugh my ass off if you send me some shit like that.
you said what?
I would laugh my ass off if you sent me some shit like that. I would have to record my reaction. I would do an unboxing.
Oh my goodness! All right, well,
You should do some content like that. Do an unboxing.
probably.
Type shit.
Let's get it cracking, baby. It's the Messiest Morning Show podcast. Vont, Leak, Justin Chapman, Justice Greg. We do the show every single week. We used to do it in college on the radio. Now we get to be a little bit more messy and a bit more uncensored. It is Morning Commute, the Messiest Morning Show podcast. Kicking things off with everything that Black people are talking about on the timeline. It's called the Black Twitter Report.
From the latest rap beefs to the hottest debates, and even the messiest celebrity scandals in between, it's the Black Twitter Report on Morning Commute.
All right, first up on the Black Twitter Report, it's a lot of revelations this week. The toys. Now we're just finding out Quinta Brunson is filing for divorce. Did y'all know
I don't
she was married?
understand what that correlation, that segue. I don't know what the hell that was.
Revelations. You just got sex toys to your job. We just figured out Quinta Brunson got a divorce. We don't know what's coming next week.
Right.
Or who's coming?
Or who's coming? Come on now. Anyways, Quinta Brunson just filed for divorce. Did y'all know she had a husband? One.
No.
I did. I did.
Did you know the husband was white?
I did.
It's time to play a game of guess what race it is.
What the reason why I knew is because the last time people found out it was a big deal, and now it's happening all over again.
When did people find out? Because maybe me and Vaughn are lost.
It was a minute. It was probably like the beginning of Abbott. He probably pulled up to one of the award shows or some shit.
I feel like it is. I mean, she found love, cool, and unfortunately they're divorcing. But like, you have one of the blackest TV shows on television right now, and you're married to a white man. I just think it's funny. Nothing wrong with it. It's just so funny.
Nothing wrong with interracial couples, but I feel like you ever watch that the TV show Dear White People with the main character? She was black and she had the white boyfriend on the side.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's college,
it's some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like people who are pro-black should be dating white people, or do you think that's against the stuff they're preaching?
No, I don't think that's what they're preaching. I don't think pro-black people are preaching don't date white people. I think they're just preaching like we need to be more inclusive toward all people, and white people need to think more about black people, or all people need to think more about black people.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't feel like that should be the question you're asking. I think black people should be preaching, hey, white people date more black people.
I think the opposite. I feel like I don't see anybody preaching that.
I don't know. I think it depends. I think it depends. I feel like being pro-black I don't think it should have nothing to do with like dating white people, but like it depends what exactly you're preaching. Like if you're like on some Dr. Umar shit, that's pretty extreme. That's a little more than pro-black.
That's pro-black. That's the definition of pro-black right there.
That's a little further. Dr. Umar, he want to bring back segregation. He thinks black people shouldn't date out their own race. If you're like that extreme, then yeah, you probably shouldn't. Like, but if there's nothing wrong with being pro-black and you know, finding you a snow bunny, you feel me?
Dr. Umar wants us to go back to having separate water fountains, separate bathrooms, having to run to the other building to go pee.
Yeah.
He's on a whole other level.
Yeah, his ideas are pretty crazy.
Well, is there a reason? Like, what's the reason they're filing for divorce, Quinta and her white husband?
On irreconcilable differences. They haven't explicitly stated the problem, but I feel like anybody who says that is probably over money, in my opinion. It's definitely something about money. But they have some agreement where like they pay their own attorney fees, and I guess they have a whole thing set up where it's not going to be a big back and forth with divorce. I feel like that's the only thing I would hate about a divorce is going to court and go through all those fees and figuring out who gets what, and then don't have kids involved.
That's worse. The only thing you would hate is like the process. You wouldn't hate like losing your partner.
No, if I'm at a divorce, that means I'm done. I'm probably
not really. What if your girl called a divorce on you?
You probably have gotten signs. Come on now.
Maybe.
This is another conversation.
Some niggas are oblivious.
You're right. I get that.
I will tell you that there are some people that have no clue that it's coming. That they don't see signs. Because sometimes there are some people that wake up one day and they're just like, I don't want to be in this situation anymore.
Yo, you ever had like a friend and like you saw the signs in their relationship, but you didn't want to say nothing because like, damn, like you know that shit ain't gonna last. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I've definitely been in that situation before for sure.
And you ain't say nothing?
At times I've said something.
Okay. So I'm about to say you about to be a fake ass friend if you didn't say shit.
But sometimes it's not like, I don't know, bro. Like sometimes I see it just like conversations, like how people respond to shit. Like it's just like I don't think they're gonna last, you know? Or like I don't think they're like a good match or whatever. But
yeah. Okay, I get that.
Justice loves rooting against people in their relationships.
I 100% do. This season in particular, from now to like maybe like May,
October.
June.
Oh, okay.
No. This is the best season because Valentine's Day passed. You feel me? People, maybe some boyfriends fucked up. It's also getting warmer outside. Maybe you're like, you know what? I should be single for the summer. That's the best season for sure. But in other news, let's talk about DoorDash, bro. So DoorDash is now partnering with Klarna. If y'all don't know, do y'all know what Klarna is?
Yeah. It's like one of those buy now, pay later things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, it's layaway. So like basically, like if you order some McDonald's, you can get 2 McChickens. On DoorDash, it might be like $15. You could split that into 4 payments now with Klarna.
What?
Yes,
What?
which is fucking crazy. For one, if you can't afford, if you need to put a meal on layaway, you probably shouldn't be eating out anyway.
God, go make some ramen, damn it.
Ramen, bro. Like if it's not that serious. 2, people gonna start going to debt for food.
For
Definitely.
fast food. You should not be going to debt for McDonald's or a 4 for $4. Okay, we're talking about fast food. We're not talking about Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. We ain't talking about a restaurant next to the river in Hoboken.
Yeah, I was just telling my friends like, yo, like DoorDash really has a chokehold on this generation. We need to start going and picking shit up again. You feel me? Just like shit is just less expensive that way. But now with this, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
I feel like it depends. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate on there. I'm not a big DoorDash person. One, DoorDash is ghetto. They're like the ghetto Uber. I'm an Uber person.
I use Uber Eats also. I use Uber Eats.
I feel like if it's something that's down the block or 2 blocks away, get your ass up and walk your lazy ass down to the shop. Now, if it's on the other side of town, all right, we're gonna hit that Uber one and get them over here in the next 30. I just feel like this kind of like them partnering with Klarna just shows like the audience that they have or like the audience that they're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Or it's really just showing that they're desperate. Like, we want people to come and order food. We will help you out and put Klarna on this bitch.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would use Klarna for is maybe if I'm getting Five Guys, just because that shit is so damn expensive. Five Guys is $35 for 1 burger. That don't even include the fries.
Still, I think I'm with Vont. If you cannot afford that food, don't get it.
Facts.
But DoorDash fees, like the fee alone just to get it delivered, is probably just as much as like 1 milkshake from Five Guys.
Facts.
I agree.
Facts.
Yeah, like you're probably paying more for DoorDash than you are for the food that they're DoorDashing.
Yeah, for sure.
So stop ordering fucking DoorDash, you cheap ass. I am not going in debt for B-dubs.
Yeah, and like it's gonna be so stupid. Like, oh damn, I owe DoorDash $15 from the meal I ate a week ago. How stupid you sound.
The good thing is CHAP doesn't have any like actual great taste. So everything that he really eats.
Whoa,
like,
what are you talking about?
You can make all that stuff at home. You eat chitlins.
What are you talking about?
Me and Alyssa, my girlfriend, we were watching Think Like a Man last night. It's a great movie. It's a very black movie. And they mentioned something about chitlins. No, matter of fact, we were watching Kitchen Nightmares is what it was. And it was a soul food restaurant. And they were talking about chitlins. And Alyssa was like, ugh, those are gross. And I was like, CHAP eats those. And she was like, I think less of CHAP now.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
We all do.
Oh, wow.
Because Gordon Ramsay was saying the chitlins smelled like shit.
And I bet you he tasted it. He was like, oh my God, it's changed my life.
He ate them. And you know what he did? He got up and ran to the bathroom and threw up.
Respectfully, that man is British. And British food ain't even better.
Look,
So,
if
relax there.
if they open a chitlin restaurant in Jersey City, CHAP gonna be on that Klarna.
It was in Jersey. It was in Plainfield.
I'm an investor. Just know that. I'm part owners.
Now, if I see a chitlin restaurant just chilling, I know you're responsible. I know you're responsible for sure.
In small print, you see Justin Chapman LLC.
It's gonna be his face. His face gonna be the mascot. Him with a do-rag on, just like that. Eat some chillins.
We about to have it. We about to have the hot pocket, the chitlin hot pockets, the pot pies. I'm telling you.
Yo, if there's a chillin restaurant, that bathroom would smell atrocious. You already know.
Yo, it's gonna be CHAP in that do-rag, licking his fingers like,
Yep.
Look,
you're looking.
It ain't worse than White Castle. That's all I gotta say about that.
I don't know about that.
White Castle should have been on one of the list of struggle meals we did a couple episodes ago. Just saying. I'll eat a White Castle burger.
A White Castle should partner with Pepto-Bismol. That would be the best collaboration of this year.
Chillin should partner with shit. That's a W partnership right there. That's a great collaboration.
Yo, let's talk about the Breakfast Club. They've been in the news all week long, ironically, which is Jess Hilarious, who is a co-host on the show. She kind of went crazy this week. She had a crash out, what it seems like, on Instagram Live, and she was talking all this shit about, how Loren Lorosa, who is, I believe she's a senior news producer, but seemingly so, she's another co-host on the show. how she kind of took over Jess's role. So long story short, or I guess long story long, Jess Hilarious got the role on The Breakfast Club not too long after she got pregnant. So she went on maternity leave. So Loren Lorosa started filling in while Jess was on maternity leave. When Jess came back, it didn't really seem like Loren went anywhere. And ever since then, people have been saying like, oh, we love Loren more than Jess. We want Loren, blah, blah, blah. So Loren, I guess Jess finally had a crash out on Instagram Live saying the Breakfast Club is run like a high school and saying that like, oh, people like haven't really communicated with her well. So then obviously the next day the Breakfast Club addressed it on air and Jess said a bunch of stuff alone. And then her and Loren kind of had it out talking about one episode of the show where Jess told Loren to shut up because they were arguing over airtime. And she said Loren was talking too much and how nobody has really communicated with her. Like Jess has asked like, so is Loren another co-host? Or what's the deal? Because I thought she was just filling in, but she's sticking around. And everything's been miscommunicated between, I guess, Charlamagne, Envy, Loren, Jess, and the executive producer of the show. It's just been a whole lot of mess. I don't know how I feel about the fact that it was all addressed on air. Like sometimes it just felt, if you watch the videos, because they're all on YouTube, it looked like it got a little more messy than it should have. Like, I don't know. That's just not...
So the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay. Because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
I have said, hush, shut up. Like, yo, you over talk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like what am I doing?
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown ass woman.
And I understand you could have said that on air right then and there, or right after when you saying you put me in office. You never put me nowhere to tell me that.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was kind of weird that they were all they were addressing it on air, but you know it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes you know you don't see them until you guys are on air again. And a show like The Breakfast Club, they've never been shy about responding to controversy, even with, you know, the hosts themselves. It happened with when Charlamagne the God got jumped. It happened when, Angela Yee and the Gucci Mane thing. It happened with Envy and his wife going through all that stuff.
I don't think they ever addressed the Angela Yee thing on air.
Slightly.
It wasn't big like this, but it was definitely talked about a little bit. Angela Yee, to me, seems like someone who likes to keep her, you know, stuff private. Yeah. She's that's why I think she was a little different than Envy and Charlamagne in that way. But yeah, Jess, unfortunately, she has to get used to that, you know. And as far as the problem at hand, it's tough because I see both sides. I do understand Jess's frustration. I think communication is key. And it seems like there's a big communication problem. So I do feel her in her frustrations. I think they're valid ones. But at the same time, the show must go on without you. And I'm not like completely tapped into The Breakfast Club, but we talked about this. I feel like I've seen Loren more than I've seen Jess. And Jess was the one that was announced as the new host. Mm-hmm. And she's been gone. Now, whatever she's been doing, I know she had a kid, but you know, after that, you know, you keep missing shows. Someone's gonna have to fill in. You know what I mean? So, like, sometimes it's gonna be hard to communicate every single thing if you're not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a disagree with you on one part, just at least about the communication part, because she did say Charlamagne said they talked about it off air, then they brought it on air. And then, you know, in Jess's rant on I think that was Instagram Live, she did say like, you know, there was, you know, chat between the three of them, Charlamagne and Envy. So I feel like there was communication. I just feel like the problem with, I don't want to say just The Breakfast Club, but we got to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like when do we bring the mess on air? Like Vont, I don't think this should have been something that was just public knowledge, because then now you start bringing everybody's opinions into the matter, and that's the ugly side of social media. And they mentioned that actually when they were on air, just like the comments and stuff under the posts, how people like Loren better than Jess and Jess's ass and stuff like that. You let that shit get to your head, and you start getting some type of envy, some type of vengeance that you want to crash out. Now that's one thing I didn't like. The crash out, I'm never for like going on live and just going off on people. Like I just feel like that does more harm than good in any situation. I feel like you want to set something straight with somebody, you sit down with them and you meet with them face to face. Being it on social media is just going to put more people in your business, and then everybody going to be loud and wrong, and then it's just going to be something bigger than what it already is. So I feel like also Charlamagne is wrong because she did say that he was like, oh, like tell Jess to shut up. I don't know how true this is, but as a black man who is always on the air talking about black people need to be more of a community and, you know, supporting black women, I don't think this was that. I think he actually did the opposite of that. You putting two black women against each other, now you just fueled the fire and you just opened up the door for people to say, oh, here they're acting like how they usually act, or something, some stereotype shit like that. You know, so I didn't like that for Charlamagne. I think he should apologize. But at the end of the day, mess is mess, and it shouldn't be on the air.
I agree with that point that Charlamagne was wrong with that. I do agree. But I feel like Jess kind of opened the door for that, because if she can go on her Instagram and make content out of it, I think the Breakfast Club should be allowed to. And I also think that the Breakfast Club audience, after hearing Jess go on this rant all weekend, I think they low-key deserve an explanation too. I think it would have been weird if they just went on with the show, whatever, the vibe's a little weird and no one's talking about it. No, it's a news story at this point. So they have to talk about it in some capacity. You know what I mean?
I get that.
But I don't like the whole don't read the comments, don't let that get to you narrative either. I understand that you shouldn't, but as somebody else who was a figure in media, it is so hard in general, I think, like surface level, to not care what people think. Like that's our job as entertainers and performers, is to, you know, satisfy you, to entertain you. But also on a level of like the Breakfast Club, like Breakfast Club is one of the biggest platforms on the planet right now. So like you're going to get like information from us, from Morning Commute, or from the Breakfast Club, or from whatever that show is. And at the end of the day, yes, you are in a position because like your boss likes you and Charlamagne and Envy like you, Jess. But also if listeners didn't like you, then that would play a factor into it. So I just can't, I don't agree with the whole don't listen to what the listeners are saying, because that's who you're catering to.
I can't agree with that, Vont. I feel like people are, especially when you have clips from the Shade Room, people are living to be messy at the end of the day. So they know what they're doing. So yes, I agree at one point. I want to say like I half agree. You definitely got to listen to the audience. You got to see what they want, because all the content you're making is for the audience. But when you have comments like that, especially when it's something like, oh, like just some shit, like it's a comment of just ignorance. You don't need to look at that. And as a celebrity, as somebody in a public figure, you probably noticed already, just like you have to create that boundary for yourself to be like, all right, these are people just saying bullshit. This is not me. You know, I know my content is great. I know I'm good. I don't need some 40-year-old divorcee to tell me I'm shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it's hard to do that, bro. In general, like just a regular Joe Schmo, like gets dressed for a black tie event and will ask his girlfriend, or asks like, "Yo, what do you think of this outfit?" Because we're humans and we look for validation. So now, as a public figure, as a media personality, you're on a literal stage because people care about because you care about what people think and people care about what you think. So I think that's just part of the package, chap.
Okay.
I also think another factor in this was the original problem, which was the comments by Corey Holcomb, which I do think he was hating. But I also think that's part of the job, to be honest.
Wait, inform me of that. I didn't hear that part.
Corey Holcomb was basically saying that Corey Holcomb was on another podcast, and he was saying that Loren is better at Jess's job than she is. That, you know, like she was saying that Jess can't even read, like when they're doing the segments and shit like that. And just Loren is better in general. Mm-hmm. And Jess, part of this was Jess felt the way that the guys on the Breakfast Club didn't stand up for her, I guess. And in that regard, I think she it's part of the job, man. Like people are like all the time gonna make fun of Charlotte, like yeah, nigga Charlamagne ugly as fuck. Like it just comes with it. And especially in Jess's position, I will say it's tough thrown into an already established show like that, replacing someone like a legend like Angela Yee, who put in the work and already helped build this thing that is the Breakfast Club, which is, I'd say, as far as the hip hop, the most popular radio, one of the most popular radio shows in the US, I'd say. I think that's fair to say. So being thrown into that, it's gonna be tough. So I think she's gonna have to get used to that and start letting shit roll off. Because who gives a fuck what Corey Holcomb said at the end of the day? Like, so you just gotta let shit roll off your back sometimes. You know what I mean?
So, all right, I get that. I agree. But when do you feel like your co-hosts or like just people in your circle should speak up? When should be that time?
I don't know, man. I know there definitely is times for sure. I just didn't think that was one. I think that was one where Jess just ignored it.
Because it was nothing more than what listeners have been commenting, just amplified because it was Corey Holcomb. And, and Corey and Jess have had beef for 11 years.
Which is crazy to me. Yeah, because they were also both on Wild 'N Out. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if that's where it stemmed. But yeah, I'm sure that wasn't like the main problem. I'm sure it was the stuff going on internally mixed with that. You know, it just, yeah. It's communication at the end of the day. It sounds like there's not great communication over there.
Do you think, and I've had this conversation with people, and I would love to especially get your take, Vont, because you're now in the public eye, but do you think people who are going into a level, a profession where they're going to be in the public eye, that they need to have a celebrity training or just have some type of masterclass on how to be a celebrity?
I don't think that's possible. Like, because every type of star or celebrity is on a different stage. They're at a different level. And I think we're in a world where you care about what people think because they can comment or like or do anything so instantaneously because of a phone. So there is no like one way to respond or to react to something. Like, because at the end of the day, we are all human,
right?
You know, under all that, we all have feelings. So like, there's no just one way to be media trained. And like, this is how you deal with a celebrity saying this about you, or this is how you deal with this bum ass little girl on the stage rushing over to Chapel Roan when you're babyface. Like, there's no one way you figure out how to handle those things.
Okay. What about you, Jess?
I think I agree with Vont. I think it's kind of the price to fame. You know what I mean? It's not all sweet. You know what I mean? There's going to be fans and there's going to be haters. Yeah, I think it's just something, some people handle it better than others. And I think it depends on like level of fame also.
Messiest Morning Show podcast, Morning Commute, Instagram and TikTok. Go follow us, show us some love. And we'll honestly, we'll go as far as liking your page back, following you back, and then probably sliding into your DMs. That way your partner thinks that you're cheating on them. We'll go as crazy as that.
Okay. Do we make an executive order with that, Justice?
We're messy as hell. So if you like our page, I'll comment back like, damn, what you doing tonight? You around? You free?
This wasn't in the planning meeting. Hold up.
I'll do it so that y'all don't get in trouble.
Right. Chap and I are taken.
Yeah.
But that won't stop me from being messy. I'm just saying.
You got to make a burner account, Vont, if you already don't have one.
Bro, making a burner account to be messy is probably the most messy shit you can do.
Vont definitely already has a burner account for many things.
What you trying to say, ho?
You're messy.
Let's talk about Anthony Mackie. He did this interview on The Pivot, and there's a couple of things in it that are going viral that he said. There's one about, he's talking about
we tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant motherfucker. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster. But somebody said, you're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off.
I agree to an extent. I think that, yes, what he's saying is true, because you could have all the talent in the world, but it takes one thing. But also, like, if we're talking about Nepo babies, right? Let's just like Gracie Abrams. She's like a big pop artist right now. She went on tour with Taylor Swift. And her dad is J.J. Abrams. He did like Star Trek and shit.
Yeah.
She can have all the talent in the world, or she could not have all the talent in the world and be given that opportunity. But if you don't have the hard work behind the talent, then you'll die out very, very quickly. There are so many artists or actors or whatever you are, baseball players that are given an opportunity because of one thing that they did. And they'll do good. They'll live up to that one thing, like a one-hit wonder. But if you can't follow up, if you don't keep that consistent energy, then you'll fall off very quickly. And people will be like, oh, well, I saw that they couldn't really maintain or they weren't consistent. So boo-hoo.
That's exactly what that is. I love having this conversation about the one-hit wonders because it's so true. Like, especially as an artist, now I speak with other artists about this all the time. But you know who's a overnight success, and then you know who's had artist development. I feel like in this clip, I agree to an extent. I feel like when he says success is given, it makes it seem like there are absolute gatekeepers to everything. And they are gatekeepers. So I'm not even gonna say that's not true. There are gatekeepers. However, there are people who's built the foundation themselves because they know if somebody's not going to believe in them, they've done it themselves. I want to say, look at Tyler Perry. Even though he definitely had people help him along the way, he's definitely built that empire by himself. And I give that to him. I think success is hard work and luck crossing paths is the intersection of hard work and luck. Because yes, he's true. You can work hard and be overpassed by somebody that probably doesn't work as hard as you. But when you find that person who's like, I'm gonna take a chance on this person, that's the luck. That's not them giving you success. That's just them saying, I'm gonna help you get to the next step that you need to be. So I don't think that's giving. I think that's advocating for someone, and I think that's your luck intersecting with your hard work. So then you can do that on another level. So I don't know. I don't fully agree with he's saying, but he does have some point.
No, I mean, it sounds like you do agree, to be honest. I think it's just the wording that messes people up. Because when he says it's given, that doesn't mean it's like a handout. The work absolutely comes with it. It has to come with it. Like, you're not going to sustain success unless you put in the work. But you're also not going to get the success unless you do your due diligence. Like, there has to, if you just like put your head down and do the work, maybe you'll make it eventually, but you have to do the extra stuff. There's a reason why networking is important, because even if you're qualified for a job, a bunch of people are qualified for a job. It's going to be the person who knows a certain person that already works there, that's cool with the hiring manager. That person's going to get the job. They might not be the most qualified, but they know somebody. That I think that's what he meant by given. Yeah, and you said it. Luck plays a part also. Timing is everything, but you might get lucky that a job that you really like, somebody from college that works there. That adds to it. You know what I mean? Like, I keep bringing it back, but we keep talking about like Zendaya and Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer, she is putting in the work. She is as talented. If you want to debate who's more talented, you could do that. I'm not going to do that. She is at least as talented as Zendaya, in my opinion, but she hasn't had the same opportunities. No, people haven't given her the same opportunities. Now, why that is, I don't know, but I think that's what he meant by given.
Okay, can I hit it left? Because I'm glad that you brought that up. Success is also subjective. So yeah, we don't believe we could say, hey, Keke has the same amount of hard work and just talent as Zendaya, but she doesn't get the same amount of opportunity that Zendaya does. But maybe Keke's fine with that. Who says she's not successful with the level she's at? Maybe she doesn't want to do something like Euphoria, and maybe she doesn't want the Oscar. Maybe that's not her. Maybe her getting the NAACP award was her success. So we also have to put that in factor. Not to say you're wrong, but I think this is just something that we have to build into society too, that your success is subjective. I can get a $20 and be like, I'm successful, I made it. Whereas I can get $20,000 and be like, I'm a fucking failure. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Or even like, to your point, Chap, like $20,000 to us, we fucking, or like your dream job, we could be on top of the world. You give that same $20,000 to Oprah, and it's like, she's like, what the hell is this? Chump change. This ain't success to me. This? Right. So success is very, very subjective.
Brokey
for sure.
Brokey.
But
I just feel, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
I feel like, it's about meeting the right people, but it's also about you taking that opportunity. And, you know, I'm sure Keke Palmer has done the things that she needs to do to try to be on the same levels as Zendaya. But it's also like, if the three of us have done every single thing start to finish, like we all have a degree, we all went to the same school, we all just about have the same degree. But it's about which one of us not only knows people, but which one of us takes the opportunity. I also know there's a lot of people who have been stuck in the same job for 40 years because they're successful, they're great, but they haven't gone about asking somebody for that next opportunity to go and do that next thing either. Because they're either content, complacent, or they just don't know. They think that, oh, I'm going to put my head down, like Justice said, and work hard and the right things will come to me. It doesn't work out all the time that somebody just handpicks you. Sometimes you have to be willing to go ask somebody for an opportunity.
But would you say, all right, say you went and asked that person and they're like, yeah, I'll take you in, Vaughn. Let me put you're under my wing. Would you still say they gave you that success?
Yeah. They gave you the opportunity.
They gave you the opportunity.
They gave you the opportunity, not the success.
I guess that wording is true, but I mean, look,
I get what you come from, Justice. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, like growing up, you know, I'm sure our parents told us the same thing. You do your work, you work hard, you go to college, get a degree, you'll get a good job. That's not necessarily the case. I have my degree. Shit is crazy. It's the job market is nasty out here. And so, you know, it's not as it seems. Success, it's not just about the hard work. It's about the luck. It's about networking. It's about timing. I also think timing is very important too.
Definitely.
Because, you know, sometimes you might get an opportunity at a job, but some stuff is going on in your personal life. You won't be able to take it. Sometimes you get a good opportunity at like a job or something, and maybe you're not ready for it, you know, like mentally, or maybe you're not mature enough for it, or some people, have you guys heard of imposter syndrome?
Yes.
You know, I've dealt with, you know, stuff like that before. So
imposter syndrome is when you're in a situation, but you don't feel like you belong there, right?
Yes, for sure. So just a lot of factors that go into it.
So to kind of chalk it up, is success given or earned? Which was Anthony Mackie's original question.
I still feel like it's earned.
I think it's both.
I agree. I think it's both.
I think it's both.
Because I can work hard and earn that thing. But me keeping my head down is not going to necessarily get me to that next step. It's either me taking that next step to have something given to me, or somebody just being like, Vont, you. But even like I said in the beginning of this, after that point, after somebody gets you to that next step, you still need to work hard, because I can work for 10 years on the Dave Ryan show and then be given the Vont League show. But if I'm not given that same energy that I gave to get the opportunity to be the Vont League show, then I'll fall off real quickly. It's like I said, like Sabrina Carpenter, she's been doing music for 10 years, put out 6 albums before one of them finally popped off. Yeah. If she did this album, the one that just popped off last summer, and then nothing else after the fact really amounted to it, or she didn't put anything out, she just wrote off the fame of the one album, she'll fall off real quickly.
I agree. I don't think it's both. I think it's earned, because like you said, if I was to put my head down, I'm doing the work and whatever, and you don't say anything, you don't network, you don't do anything with nobody, you're not going to go anywhere. But if I do take that step to go ask somebody, hey, I need some help, I still feel like I earned that chance, because they're not going to take a chance on me unless they see that I worked hard. You know what I'm saying? So I still earned. Go ahead. Why you say no?
I said yes and no, just because if you're a Nepo baby, what if somebody or somebody just happens to like you? I could just say, oh, I fuck with Chap, let me get him in this door.
Okay.
That's the thing. I feel like it's situational. I think most of the time it's given and earned, but I think there's some times where you put your head down, and 20 years later you finally get that promotion. Maybe you could have been given it earlier if you did, due diligence and network, but you earn that. And sometimes you put your head down, work, and all of a sudden you don't get the promotion because the boss's nephew got it. That's given. That isn't necessarily earned either. So I don't know.
Okay. I'm with you with that one.
Could be both or either or.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chap, where are you going? You said a naked man orgy. What do you have to go do today?
Yeah, I'm definitely off to the naked man orgy, because I thought you sent me the invitation, Vont.
The brothel,
along with the sex toys that you got at work.
You guys are going together. It's a date. That's what I'm hearing.
I thought Vont was hosting this. Hold up.
So Vont, Chap is your +1 at the naked man orgy.
First of all, no, Chap is so short, he don't even count as one man.
He's hosting this, and I think iHeart is sponsoring this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. This is some job shit. I don't know. They got some
There might be
secret
some-
shit going on.
There might be some celebrities. Yo, yeah, y'all going to a Diddy party, low key. low key.
First of all, Chap is too short to count as a +1. Merely a plus half, a +0.5.
Wait, hold on. Wait, before we clock off, because let's get this conversation about short people. Vaughn, you talk about me being short when I'm like 3 inches under you. Like, I'm there with you, brother. Relax.
Sometimes 3 inches
I'm not
makes a
that
big
short.
difference.
Yes, in some situations, but
It does.
we're gonna stop shitting on short people, because that's
what's
how some
funny?
people get their ass beat. Not
know-
saying I'm gonna beat your ass, but I'm saying that's how people get their ass beat.
You know what's funny? I two stupid things. One of them, me and Alyssa have like this. You know how you have like just dumb inside jokes that make no sense with your partner. Me and Alyssa have this one inside joke that Alyssa has a nephew who's not even a year old, and he's gonna be the flower boy at our, or the ring bearer at our wedding. And Alyssa's dad, who's like this big, like built, former retired cop, but like macho dude, he's gonna come over one day. He's gonna come at the wedding, and he's gonna have Chap in his hands like a little puny thing. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I thought JJ was the ring bearer," and just holding Chap because he's so small. Don't ask me why that's an inside joke. 2, when we started this show back up, like back in September, August, I have a text message from Chap where he asked me to not bring up short jokes, and I've probably done it every single episode of this podcast.
Every single episode.
He asked me because it was such a thing
episode.
when we were in college. And he was like, "Yo, this time around, can you not make short jokes?" And I don't think I ever responded. So technically, I never agreed.
I just think it don't matter. And like, of course, I don't take it to heart, but I just feel like it gets annoying after a while, because it's not a big deal. There's people shorter than me. And I'm like, bro, do they get the same treatment? Because like niggas is, especially high school. High school, you going, first of all, you're going to get it. Middle school, high school, them niggas gonna be in your ass. Whether you had a bald head, whether you was short, whether you was too dark, like you was gonna get it regardless.
No, we definitely all got it in high school. You with the short jokes, I was fat.
I had the big head.
You had the gap. I'm sure you got it for that too.
People made fun of me more for the big head.
That
The
is
big head or my last name is Leak, so they'd be like, "Oh, leaky pipes."
Chapstick, bro. I heard the end of it. I couldn't hear the end of it.
There was a store in the mall. It was a girl store called Justice, bro. Every day, bro. Every fucking
Like the Justice store.
every day, bro.
My thing is we are adults. Let's move past this. It's okay. It's okay. We can cross that path.
Close that door.
Close that door. Turn over the leaf. Whatever. Come on now. Baptize yourself. Come on now.
So the naked man orgy. That's where you'll be. That's why you're rushing us off this podcast.
Sure.
All right. Morning Commute Podcast, the messiest morning show podcast, everywhere you find podcasts, and on Instagram and TikTok at Morning Commute Pod. Thanks for tapping in per usual. Seriously, Chad, what are you going to do?
Nah, it's my anniversary weekend. My girl just hit 5 years.
Damn.
So we going to go celebrate.
I thought that was last week. This nigga running out of excuses.
What are you talking about? It wasn't last week.
I thought it was. My
You
fault.
did bring it up last week.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
I feel like you're praying on my downfall. That's what you were saying about it last week. Like, damn, I hope this nigga don't get to 5. I hope he at 4.9.
Nah, bro. I hope. I wish your relationship well, chap. One of the few.
I can't tell if you're lying or if you're.
I'm about to say it seemed very. I know Justice. It seemed very not genuine.
I'm telling you, both of y'all. I hope y'all have found the loves of your lives.
Now he praying on your downfall. I think we need to get out.
Well, first of all, it's not now. Justice has prayed on my downfall since the day he met me. He just wants me to be a hoe so we can be in the streets together. So that way we can go to the naked women orgies together.
I'm not gonna. Nah, running go with your man to an orgy is insane. you just dab up, be like, oh, see you later.
I mean, there's some people out here that's doing that.
You want first or I got first?
If I run into you, no eye contact. Why?
Nah, what?
All right, yeah, let's log off.
My name is Vont Leak. You can go find me on Instagram at Vont Leak and listen to me every single morning on the Dave Ryan Show. Just search 101.3 KDWB on the iHeartRadio app. Chap.
You can find me at JustInChap, JUSTYNCHAP. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not as crazy as these niggas, but they funny as hell. Justice, where can we find you?
_ Injustice on Instagram and TikTok. Sub to Supervillain Studios on YouTube. Check out the Supervillain Show, No Look Pod, and other content. And copy villain merch at supervillainstudios.net.
If you tapped into this morning show thinking you were going to hear something wholesome, you're sadly mistaken. We are the messiest morning show podcast. It's Morning Commute.